Hello everyone, welcome back. I am here at Jean's house here, and we are doing a consultation here in St. Joseph, Missouri, and her house is absolutely lovely. There's a few things that we want to go over, and I thought, what better way to do that than to bring you here in her home. I want to show you, let Lexi kind of bring you around and show you the whole house here. She has the most beautiful home. I'm going to kind of start back, have Lexi start back here, and let you look at the whole room as a whole, as Jean and I sit here and kind of talk about this. She has a beautiful, beautiful piano that's kind of got black colors in here. The colors on the walls are what? What are the colors? They're a latte color. And latte is a really beautiful color. Latte was the #1 color for many, many years, for almost like 15 years for Sherwin-Williams. It was in lots of homes in Kansas City. We used it in lots and lots of homes. This color actually was in my house for, I don't know, 10 plus years. I love this color. It's a beautiful neutral color, and it's on the palette of Normatic Desert, which you've heard me talk about a lot. So this color palette is absolutely beautiful, and it goes with lots of colors. So if you're in the looks for a beige color, this is a beautiful color. So going with that, we're here, and this is more, I would say this is more like your formal living room.
Yes, yes, I have the den in there where I sit most of the time.
Most of the time. So we were just talking about, she has the most beautiful kitchen in here too as well, which is kind of right off of this area. And she said the only time that she really watches this TV is when she's in the kitchen, so that's not really a big issue for that. Okay, so I've been in Jean's house many times. I'm just going to be completely honest. She's been a customer of mine for years. We've known each other, and her house is just beautiful. So one of the things that she called me about, it's been what, maybe a year ago? Maybe or so?
August.
Maybe August.
Well, when I bought these chairs was August.
When you bought the chair, she called me in August and she said, Tabitha, I love everything in this room. I want to change a few things around. I'm thinking about changing things. She had a couple little club chairs here that she had, and were they Bernhardt? They were Bernhardt, I believe.
It was another name that was a high-end.
It was a high-end chair that
Henry Don?
Henry Don. She'd bought Henry Don chairs. She'd had them in this space for a very long time. And they were a little bit shorter, and they kind of rotated. And so she said, Tabitha, I'm kind of tired of those. I'm ready to change. I'm ready for change, which happens a lot to a lot of women, but they don't want to change absolutely everything in their house, which I get that. So she asked me, she said, but I kind of like the buffalo check. What do you think? I thought it sounded great because I think when in a room this space, and with having a grand piano being black, black is a very bold, beautiful color. I always say a black piece of furniture in a room always goes. It's going to be traditional. You're not going to get tired of it, especially like a baby grand piano like you have. It will really ground the room, especially if you're trying to balance it, which is what she's got here. This is a very long room, which goes and leads into her kitchen. So this is my thought here. So she said she didn't really, this is not an issue. These came in, and she went ahead and went with the chairs, and I hadn't got to see them. She decided to go with these. She ordered them. They came in, and she said, I'm not loving them. She texted me and said, Tabitha, I'm not loving them. You have to help me. There's something missing. And I absolutely love them. She said, I think I need to put them somewhere else. What do you think? My first thought is that, you know what? I forgot to say. If you're on here, come on here and say hello. Let us know that you're on here. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll answer them as you come on here. Should have told you guys that. I'm not very good at this. I'm just going right into a consultation here. That's just my mode. That's just my mind. That's how I do these things. But, okay, getting back to the chairs. You know, when I first walked into the room, my very first initial thought is this. Why she doesn't love this space is because the color in the rug. What's happening with this, Jean, is that you're pulling this big, bright, bold pop of color, which is what you have in this pattern here. And she's thinking, do I need to change something in here? And she said, I think I need to change my sofa into this color in here, which would be beautiful. So there's two different things I'm thinking. I would definitely change the rug. That's probably where I would probably change first. I don't necessarily think maybe the sofa would be a problem, but there is two different ways you could do this. The first way I would probably tell her to change is the rug. I think the rug is kind of its own little print and its own thing, and it went with the chairs and the club chairs a lot better than it does now. I think the print on it would probably be a little bit better to be a little more subdued. And maybe the colors in these are, I think these look pretty with it because it kind of goes into her entryway, which is got the red. a little more bolder red. I think that this rug would look better in more of a neutral. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so I would do less red, less burgundy, and do a little touch of it in the red maybe, or maybe no red in it. What I would probably do is probably pull out definitely a little black in it, and I would pull out a little bit of the gold, because there's a little hint of gold that's still in that
Yes.
sofa. So, and you still kind of got a golden touch. Lots
Yes.
can pull a gold touch.
You see the kitchen is a golder
Yes,
color.
it is. It's kind of a gold. You still got the golden things in here, so you don't have to repaint
I can do
everything.
pillows too with more black.
You could. That was my next thought. It's the next thought is the very next thought is that I would probably put in on your sofa for it all to kind of go and flow together. I would go with another buffalo check, maybe a couple of those prints, and then I would go with another fabric with it. Does that
A
make
print?
sense? Another print.
Like a toile.
A toile would probably be something a little more, a number one fabric, because I know this seems really bold for you, but something that pulls all the colors in together.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense? I know I said that really fast, but this is kind of a secondary kind of a fabric. So what I would do is definitely put this with something, and then I would put another fabric with it to make it all work. That's the first thought, is my first thought, is initially change the big rug out, and then put some more fabrics in here to kind of make it all play off. The second thought here is that you change the rug still, and then if that's not enough for you, then go ahead and change out your furniture in here, your love seat and
Okay.
your chair. I always like to do less. Let's do less, because I think that seems better than doing it all and then being like, well, I could have probably.
Well, I'll throw a wrench in your scheme.
Okay.
I need new furniture in the den anyway.
Okay.
So this would go in there.
Yeah, it would.
And then I could do the more linen color, or whatever color you call that.
More of an ivory.
Yes,
kind of an ivory.
yes,
Mhm.
ivory in here.
Yeah, because this is.
And
got-
still change the rug.
And you could still change the
Or
rug.
would you need to then?
I definitely think you would. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, I think the rug is more bolder for the same colors what you used to have. I think it flowed a little more, because I think from what I remember, now from what I remember, those were a little more subdued. They didn't
They
have
were kind of a yellow, kind of the color in the
for
pattern.
release. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So see, when you change one thing like that, sometimes just one thing will make it not work.
Yes, I don't think it works.
Yeah. It's not working for you.
No.
So, and my initial thought is it's super pretty. I honestly thought in my head before I came, I thought, oh no, we're gonna have to paint. That's what I thought. See how you think these things in your head? You'll get yourself thinking these things. And even myself, but I meant immediately, I was like, no, she doesn't need to paint. She just needs to change her rug. So that was my initial thought. And usually my initial thought is pretty much what I usually go with. It's usually right. So, so I would definitely do that. But if you're thinking that you want to change that and you want to change all of this and you have a spot for it, I would definitely go that route.
The latte.
Yes. Like when you go with a little bit gray, sometimes it's a little colder.
I'm not into grays.
Yeah, and I can tell you've never been into that. So, only thing that I would say is it's definitely neutral enough, and I think it looks great. So I think the black is playing off of the piano, so I say it's perfect. I say we stay with the color of the paint, and yeah, you're absolutely right. So if you're gonna go with something here, I would definitely go with a little lighter in here. More of a,
Do you think the chairs are too big for this room?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I think you kind of had a little lower
I did.
profile on the last chairs, so you're feeling like they're tall, but no, not at all. I think it's perfect.
Okay.
I think it's perfect. So, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, that makes sense. And I don't feel like anything else. So, do you feel like the sofa's too big, or do you think
Well, I wondered about that. It's a little big.
it's a little bit bigger? And these chairs are a little bit bigger than the last one.
Yes.
So that would be my next thought, is to maybe just go with a little smaller, maybe armed chair, sofa rather, and chair. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, it's not overly sized at all.
No,
No.
it's just a normal size. I need the seating and
Mhm.
holidays. I need a sofa with 3 cushions.
For sure. I would definitely not go down without the sofa. I would definitely keep a sofa here and another chair here.
And a smaller chair?
I think I would go with a smaller chair.
That's what I wondered, because
Yep.
there's very little room here to go through.
To go through. So what I would do is keep the same size, maybe sofa, and do a little less heaviness on the chair. And you can do that. You don't have to necessarily have them exactly matching as far as the chairs go, but what I would do is keep the fabrics the same.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And then an ottoman there, what do you put there? I mean,
Okay, so
people
this
use
is,
that as a seat when they're here.
and that is a really good question, because ottomans, I love ottomans because of this, and this probably goes to the chair,
Yes.
correct? Yes. Okay, so ottomans, what they do and how they do that is when I'm doing a space, and especially like this, I love your table. You wouldn't want to get rid of your table, but you could get
That was a garage sale.
you always find the best thing. So that's what I love about her house. She always has the most prettiest things in her house. Okay, so if you were going to do this, what I would definitely say is you could definitely go with an ottoman this big.
Oh, yes.
You definitely could do that with like a tuft ottoman. I could see that in your
Yes,
house.
I can see that, but then nothing there.
Well, you definitely could. I could definitely see something here too, like a little tuft bench that sits way under here. That's another thing that we do a
I
lot
would
of.
like that.
Mhm.
I kind of like to keep this here
A little higher height
for the little kids.
for the little
They
kids
use it.
to color and things like that.
Can't you tell by the top of it? It's all
No,
scratched.
no, I can't. Everything looks brand new, so no, I can't tell that. So if you want to keep this, which I love it. I don't have a problem with that at all. I would go with a tuft bench that's a little more narrow. I wouldn't go with this full size.
Yes.
I would go with a little narrower one.
Yes.
Here, and then just keep it. You could even go a little longer.
Yes.
So then it's a little more seating. So if you're ready to just sit in here and hang out and do those things, you could definitely even bring it over to the sofa and put your feet up with it.
Yes, I like that idea.
So that's one good thing about ottomans. They're so versatile, and you can definitely take them different places, and they're seating for more people. So if you have a longer one here, you can seat
2 or 3 people.
You definitely could. That's one great thing about
Good
it.
idea.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions? Everybody's just listening. They're in awe. Well, thank you guys so much. I just kind of wanted to show them how her house and how pretty her house is. I just wanted to show them these. I absolutely love this, guys. I remember one thing about Jean. She gave me, years ago, she gave me a gift, and I wanted to tell you this before we get off of here. She gave me a gift of these. She said to me, the gift of, she's like, what are you talking about? She gave me these gifts of these little prints here, and I haven't ever put these up in my house. And she gave me a set of these, and look how gorgeous these are in her kitchen. I need to get mine all framed and put up in my house. But I love these. These are different places in St. Joseph, and they were, where'd you say these were given from? They were a
Commerce Bank.
Commerce Bank. We're giving these out years ago in the 70s as a gift, and she kept a set. She had a set, and she gave those to me, and I love them. I absolutely love them. It just shows you how you can put anything and it just goes. She has the coolest house. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful for you, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.